edge over Kylian Mbappe because omo edge double. Ena omo ball Champions League ni draw monim. Dembele aje treble with PSG. Difference ni yo. Dembele aje treble with PSG. Ena ko PSG so a ono na ye omo standout performer. Regardless, Obebo desired do mudim, but still Dembele na standout performer. Ena PSG feel say aje treble, ni aje Champions League dia. Ye betumi push a player manage Ballon d'Or. Enti they say PSG ebe ye Madrid tactics ni bi. Madrid omo push o over omo push. Ena PSG so omo so be push Ousmane Dembele. Na Ballon d'Or no deserve it. But ade ebe boa PSG no. Ade a emboa PSG ene eye Barca ene say Club World Cup no munko bi. Over what I say. Aha. Nti eno na ekutia omo. But don't say Mbappe no so call Club World Cup no. The chances were from obetimi age Club World Cup no, but still enkrofo be argument ni say ohwe baller omumienu ball omumiensa Lamine Yamal Mbappe we mu boy e wo Europe ni adede a omu nyina stand it all. And let's not forget so say ye start season na ball kakra na e be ball from September to December na no so account pa.
Nde keto bi o.
Ah account pa. Players be brede eno agibi. Especially when you ya award near feel say ade we dey close contest. Ni ahwe say start season no ball into on say Messi say drew time be no she go o she 92 goals in one calendar year no. Say September to December o she goals ni bi kan ho. E na ball no. Ti no crab me as shoot you SG no na o dey age. Nti no me dey personally me I believe that Adia Lamine Yamal no ye no there. It should be between Oni Dembele. It should be between Oni Dembele. Lamine Yamal Ousmane Dembele.
I know an person who saw that so mudia or that's so contest mudia.
Untimi nyi Lamine free. Untimi nyi Rafinha free.
So who say we know aje Dembele aje Champions League it is straight away ne dia. But they are crying here no.
Oh yes.
On free.
On free. And I say crying Barca so ebe sase aton Lamine Yamal. Barca person pushi Lamine e chen Rafinha. Because on no mo dey iconic number 10 no be she no. Now on the boy and say Ansu Fati and Adamfo. So Ansu Fati in free wa on person obeji 10 Gs in ashe.
Oh.
On say na no Champions League na o share that signal so mu nyini free. Na Ansu Fati no person Ansu Fati bebo game ni bi. O say na Adamfo pa no. On say Fati ni dinkan ba Barca ja no. To time ono ba no. La Masia ono mu nyine free ba o feel say we ni senior. But neema na nkoyi mfama nti say Fati kono 10 ne be available there. Say bibia about Barcelona bia no person mo yen Lamine Yamal. Inti likely say Barca no crowd the two players ni gina ho a on be push Lamine no than Rafinha no. Ti betimi be a straight fight between Lamine Yamal, Dembele to some extent Kylian Mbappe. Depending on the Club World Cup any September to December ball kakra na be koso.
Yeah. Mate. Na yimba part wa hwene be bi yan hwe Rafinha Lamine Yamal together with Dembele. Me and Sadio Biaji any problem. Na say mo mane Dembele nko akwan so nko abre o wagibia we na ni beji o. The we have be o born ball na. Ono ne mane enu nyina boyo.
Rafinha.
Dembele. Tamana Messi name am no.
Yeah, on say Dembele played at Barcelona kakra and oni omubo oni Messi mo bo kakra.
Yeah.
And na osan ba PSG no so oni Messi Musa be ball kakra ho no ma but also no prepare but oba PSG ni dey prana no prepare Barcelona no entesa bi
confirm
yeah to ono so e ba say all learning from players how we top we sua there from these players te say there Mbappe na nkrofo ne ka say kono okoye no na boa PSG mo je I know you dey omo kan
no dey no dey say Matis omoka
yes so no think we free PSG akojibi o Madrid Champions League no because now I try with PSG and fa
Atensio, abafo Coutinho no free Liverpool ko ya na yeso ye no ho.
Coutinho. That na Liverpool brepa. They said there say almost Bruno he laugh for person fan nkrofo su ubozo koya.
Koya but man you abeji league no.
Sometimes on yetimi to the best player of club be okwa na ma be sha ase. Aye, possible yetimi see. Say PSG Champions League you mo penny now no offer. Cavani, Ibrahimovic, Messi, Neymar. Omu nyina be pass it still. Omu ntimi nje. Enti omu yesa wo de enye project no. E me em build team no say dey see obi so na de Mbappe atwe ma so de ko. Yen fa young guys ni bi be nwram. Vitinha ya o control midfield ya Champions League 11. No over 200 no nya bi mo over. And Luis Enrique identify talent no say boy mun ko fa ne mreme. And it is because of Vitinha. And a Man United, their midfielder ya Sporting CP coach he turn ko PSG. Manuel Ugarte. Vitinha ntino mo turn. Because Luis Enrique GD is a Vitinha and a style of DM no. Or the flair or bobo no or like or the flair in a bonny game. But I don't say Ugarte no say a more robust or no giddy. On pe giddy type of ball into no the moment and commitment is Vitinha. Tino football sometimes because a system here Juma players be brave or system no more flourish e bia no munya big name players but coach in a system no a form ntino bi biombe bia ne be and one typical example PSG ti we are Luis Enrique Aji o ka so ko omo so nto player bi o me ka so monto o me say players na man sa and sa PSG team welfare football na ya na nsem kan na ye bibio sa PSG team we say next season e cast on meet me as about champions league.
That we Liverpool
very unforeseen circumstances.
Me catch enko for say be who more fans no more doubt to me.
Because PSG
team no boy no a.
Un say group stages no dey amfa mo. Omo come go playoffs no hu no.
Mo start here no mo no hono na start here. Hono na start here.
Hono no mo
believe no da no mo dey every mo na. Na say be chance no be enim say Liverpool do you near shanko for the na fight ni yakwaji.
Ti football no enye de bia na 1+1 = 2. Oma na penalty ni ba kwa ba bontinti no ende shika be. Penalty na GTA Nations no.
There no more problem. Almost the first one and second one.
Penalty na ba video na ba no. A second penalty. I GTA Nations.
No first one dem come no problem.
The first one no almost say a dubious. Second one dey ba na no mu jaibo. Second one no mu nche dan comment be. Second one no shika de be ba.
Okay.
Over me dem come there no mako. Per dey me hu ye video nim there.
Second one
a clear penalty.
Okay.
On say Emrane say player no making himself bigger. Say ka so make yourself bigger na say on sano ubiem at an unnatural position. On say Nsa mobo ni bi. So what's the time be in the 18-yard box no. It's either say odi gu ho, odi gu achi. Anasa u movement no e kire say Nsa no ba bi eda no. E ho na wo say da. But the moment I be peja on senim no, yes, why make you body ni bigger. To make you body ni bigger, ni e bobo na. It is who deny an obvious goal scoring opportunity. So okay, Liverpool ni Tottenham. Champions League final, penalty na player was it is it Victor Wanyama? Yeah, penalty no. Player no o peja ni nsa kire player ni say Takisei. Who you answer Salah never born Salah so yes why make you body nigga. Ti sa we na video na hu ne de player no e man nsa ne so. Okay. Ti boy ne ball na pan e ball ne nsa.
Ti sa video no
sa video dey available. But first penalty no. And anke ye hwese nke no so mbetim the video abade a. Ke be boa conversation ni pa.
Na we wanted to buy. Munya no.
Basa ke for na ne post here.
Second one. I don't know some first one.
And so and also copy first one.
And no football.
Say it's only the GFA. Any bit me provide the video no. Because nations here am in trouble no. Basake your home team. Omo meet me film me. But GFA cameraman ne dey. Ono dey ho kwan say obe film game no. Timi ye me no ka say GFA omo videos no. Of game no baby a bo e free e be see nyina no omo oni nyina and cameraman no and bit me GF and bit me provide footage e chese ball na na e bo no first penalty e clean second penalty e clean
Kopensi home
prempi no ya na GF no mpese or the video ne be banalize will be defending one club against the other, but normally in case some videos where you available will be
Shaba could be a media yen and press get to a danger. Now also on your video ni
oh the omo yi na yensu ahwehwe bia the omo ka ho asem na no be say aye debate enti eno ana ye nyina ahwehwe bia na they said they should look and I am pass player no nsa no emu bieye, and therefore in the terms of you know why enlarging the body no, but the closeness between two players no normally you are referees in here no so when we share how closer ebia sa player no so to you know, because say it's a set ninsa no or an intention is or they prevent a goal scoring opportunity. Send up a CB Ben or no. Now bet me pull ninsa no. I'm a born a chomaka na intiana normally no. Oh yeah, but referee person di boneno. A ban say obu ni gusa no mano nyina so. No on once abo onsa no. Na fi penalty na so person wagya na wagye enti e ban say na ya na ehwo asem ka no aye din kakra. Because ono na ye determination in sense or interpreting law no, and or interpreting it to the best of our understanding. Enti eba ne se na ya na ho asem kana ye den kakra. Anopada make me dem full nations the league na ma go stars. Because
doesn't come to us
because all say na anopada zakito ka new enhanced security ade no ye no. Nations nim say no man na e cost before kick off no. Na bibia a kire se ball no bibi besi ti nan kese ka o activate the enhanced security you know mod buy no ejina so di jaibo
na sese nkom ko start
na kan sese na onya start ye ne de
because it aga to finish
na enoma no na wo mu no na esi edi ejina so de jaibo no na hode no form kakra on say for instance see on see when e ba ha no pay no o say afedu be bi no mo hu say o security enye assured. Because the number of police are almost pre-match, almost some development, on one facade. Yes, some supporters near prevent you almost. Say life patron ne babe pachawansa and no crown, your mom come room, baby Dr. Chetina. Of course, say nations who ni say or Kwaji League na nipa better name quantity any obey save lives rather than league na and I'm okay with position no. Of ambachawati ase. And unti na me won say almost say almost track per replay no.
Now so mo na twere kwa na efe no say efe ne ba bonti ana just mo twere kwa ansa.
Obetwere akọ.
Say commissioner no ebetwo de enti abo no entimi amaso.
To mo tuma general commissioner de no so nya sa.
So obi antwere anko a say competition e efe na organize into the referees report, match commission report no. Omo de betima de ayadwuma pepepe. Ba on say nations APBB Basakesu PBB into me you know be a track an argument. Mati se Basakesu trako ako 3 points ni nyina. Basakesu so we ka ho mprensani a o matro de abia so omunsaka.
Umba league man from division 1. Division
1 matches mienu.
Omotroko.
Ya omotroko ye.
Munyai. Ba
akukra de ye di hu nkomo ofia ha che pa meniza kito the story ne ba ya obeka ya. Omo ni sehwi all stars. Omo ko sehwi all stars for no home. Ye bobo na sehwi all stars for shego. Ana wa wunim emanfo be jubilate kakra nkofo bi kakra be wura park so ba ya ama omako ama ya bobo na wie first half no kra ye wie first half no omomra second half a omo so omba adan a ye se referee ne say basakefo ne say omo safety enya assured because of enipa na omo tuba park ni so nti no nti omo ntimi mo nti referee ne say ene sanete dia ye postpone match ne nko the next day ne Monday na basakefo no sefifo no MB up security ema omo fa basake captain efa sefifo no captain referee ni gina ho no mu twa picture e de ye some de ya dance die ena sefifo no mistakenly ekwagetum side no it was a mistake from sefifo no end even though emramu de na nko mo nye boni bia but say obia or person for kuntunase edi bone no, they trick them to accept the offer. When you now see a referee no ena basakafo no bu omo katempu ano mokoye I jwada do ya omo say omo ball no because omo enye sure for security na basaka atwa akoma GF say ya mo ball na enwi omo 3 points na GF di ama wo mo enti a record they have tiwei nations for no played into their hands omo yes ade ni nyina no no munim di omo hwehwe because football nations no omo here 1 point per and I think Friday Saturday na kan wa hanom nations just needed just 1 point and then league no nanka edoma to ye now if you come on last match against Heart of Lions fencing abrankese I know there nations when they o destiny won sem of us on say na density basaka for no 1 point will not have been saved for them and ombekwa we omunim de bekwa kwesi enti ni fie wotena open 3 points na ono so wotim de avoid relegation enti nations played into their hands and na omama na ye easy now league na be kotokoni Gold Stars with Gold Stars standing in an advantageous position. They say Gold Stars airball I think Legon Cities Accra Lions omano they are already relegated enti Gold Stars yere no ho kakra bi no hye no a de kotoko be ye kwakoye wo vision bia no enkosi aga but say yakasa na yidie Gold Stars versus kotoko na isa league no on be contest for as for nations say ya anti omo points kra no a 1 points omo we ye no last match omo hye kra omo ntimi ngi league no
so me now 60-60
omo nyina wo 60-60
okay si antia
omo nyina wo 60-60 but Gold Stars head to head no omo ye better than nations.
Okay.
Tina make say omo I play into the hands of fancy omo contest no see idea I better Gold Stars abem say Gold Stars na say omo anamo tutu no hu say no be omo normal then the league for them ebeye me nwanwa and in fact ebeye a travesty of justice Ghana football so say maybe ya beka se ball no yes akobo replay.
Okay.
So what me yes say they have not only crucified Ghana football but buried it also.
But
you can't catch omo dey show me say for the sake of the game wey enya down for we say Dr. Che obi anim say no support to Ket obi anim say oka hu bi e na ma yetimi endorse Ket form kotoko endorse Ket form abia na yemie nomination obi anim everybody knows no kra na yenka okrom hanti na aba ne saa e na adu bre a omo de ahye nani omo nyini say football no mo nyidi no one day Premier League no mo da so wom next season no mo kobobo mo ho no mo saba obi no mo aba pre say omo be hwese omo betimi agye a but if anybody in Ghana football including Ket Yose Kroku or whoever and if I'm a president or me catch and say I will be shocked. Now, and yes, shock. Yes, decision now. Some of us will raise serious campaign against. In fact, every day be our metina set to be our make campaign. Say mo be a Ghana football be must say. Men we still life. I have nothing against nations. In fact, let me present nations edge.
Say I for the career no mo yes we are in news.
By ya mo nye. Omo ye be catch we are seeing nyina say. Offer. I say to you can see. Omo incidents nisi wo basake no say if you monitored what the Zimbabwean and the South African media did to Ghana me what chat no nyina on my phone so the kind of embarrassment almost say ball baby ever ball mpo and say ball league ho no second division teams wo South Africa park on ball so cry better than this the kind of embarrassment that this thing has given to us no the likes of I don't think anybody in Ghana football bet try say they will circumvent the laws just because of relationship.
But I say, home mama na sheka ebe sheki. Actually, din. Over for my trading.
Say home. Actually, intimate. It's going to be an interesting precedent. Me sure say Baseke first started post 2 videos of the incident. A replay is the last thing that should be on the table. One has to be punished.
Okay.
Whether Baseke and MB full of security and a lead to what happened, they should be punished.
Yes. A punishment and a bed and
yes, 3 points of him. So I'm a born you better train as the trainer man nations. And I say nations no decide is a born unborn or no be punished. I don't think the element of replay baby. Baby him the annual be a cobo no henenko yo because me James Meko. Send a kakotokone in Swatreno. Swati I say. And no can send a replay but in your people from the FA calling the referees on to our born Indians. And I so either say what they be a no man. Omenya say no nations for ne decide someone debut. When referee can send a life is at stake. That's in Swatrent on debut. And a call said there be try na debut and obey twice di. The American yourself say nations FC hwehwem ne hu say there be. Now they don't have reasons enough to leave the venue. Yem punish them.
Okay.
Say hwehwem ne hu say there be baseka for so say no kre because ene Mahu Kennedy Boachi answer the two just say omo ba say metro men the second ni two hwehwe omo the bar partners.
Or na de mo see mo nyama nyina mo antimi entwa hwe na obey the
evidence.
So nya idea.
But I say omo hu say ya ba say metro men ama omo second so me di bone. Enu nti no omo hu say enkwa ho hia chen board no mo jato. If that is the case there, it's not allowed in the game.
Can you see a fine case?
Inti no sa na say e punish baseke. But what I say, so they must select one because bad precedents and next season will be a because almost every club have complained about officials. It's the same brand na prepare your year Madam Funi. So we can replay there be what is replay? Emrabe na dey justify replay no. Say you can replay keke. E so kire emra. E won krata asem no e kire se there be. So be bobo. No see referee ndi ni a police for stadium o yin nafa otimi pie ma FA kase ye mbeto aso eso wo kire inti the truth must work. If it's Baseke, punish them. The integrity of the game of our Makase. The solutions to most of our problems a standard based league, not a 3 points based league. Standard based league near say criteria A, B, C, D, ultimate for failure of league ni be unco relegation. And never boy. Say US or no more. MLS and no more. I've said it over and over again. No new relegation, any promotion. You join the Major League Soccer if you qualify. Your criteria are all for failure. No be also bobi and son will be bobi. Unisa adi na untimi bobi. Mumu nyina mdo some 50 crowd bia ba. But Ghana the criteria and by bit me atwa bebre egu. They see Obaseke issue of 3 points. They see was so a issue of 3 points. Team no so allegation. E kwan bia so the budget 3 points no for the budget. It might look like na then obede kan. But for obekaya ye bo NC competition and obi anim so onko allegation. Hardly na wote obi abo obi asum obi awo obi sika wom. Because na nyani pan that pim. That will improve professionalism. So you are the professionalism standard, top standard beto. Maybe you need 5,000 registered supporters and some abo league ni bi. Registered supporters omutua dues. You need marketers and you need sponsors. Ebe pay for a players ne salary 6 months. For Helen we are now. What you come and say? About the clubs ni si come the operations don't be jai them or many sa ni o man keten no.
Home na Helen we are na odi abewom Helen na odi bewom dada. Or say I have watched the penalty incident that led to the boycott of the match yesterday. Nations should go and sleep somewhere cry. They have no case. Kojo Obeng the message this evening. Watching the show live inside Ashton. Good evening, Tino. Ghana football is a scam. Kwame Adomako the message and you may no. Kojo Obeng once again or say yes. Boache answer of Nations FC should tell his boss Ghana football is still in the safe hands. Has he forgotten the counter pressure they held against the safe Ghana demo? Okay, Kojo once again. Kojo Asempa Furniture Works. Edum was a Highway Sports is the best from Kojo Asempa Furniture Works. Edum Kumasi. Greetings to you, my boss Clementino. Kojo, long time. Metewon Kanche. Yes, boy Francis Honorable was it good. Good evening, my fellow Liverpudlian Tino. I agree with Obojibo's view last week that Prosper Nati should have been sacked earlier. Zito has transformed the team very, very well, and they play to a certain pattern. I wish we could hire Ogum again and sack him. Watching the show live from Akanu border of Ghana. Boy Francis. Good evening to you all. The show is live inside Hamburg. DJ Richman message this evening was say Mbappe didn't win anything, but Club World Cup and UEFA Super Cup are what? Okay, young Gabi Jr. No, Dembele didn't play with Neymar. He rather came to replace him at Barca. Kojo Oben Kojo say. Or say Mario Icardi 2 pass through PSG. Nana Kwesi, so yadase. Next season is PSG versus Barcelona final in the Champions League. Nana Kwesi once again. Okay, Kwadro, would you with my jump on no? Or say the ball on any day is a penalty. So nations have no case. Okay, Kwadro no. Okay, Kwadro dominate hunti. They haven't seen anything yet. These are people pushing for the league to start, and now they're we pious. I'm waiting. Okay, in the message and on prosper. Hey, this is Gaton brother. My family and I'm the source one customer to me. I say, Obed, do you believe that? Okay, Odisika once again. Auntie. Mema onkomra oba na T 457 Sheka de yedi bewum and Masore so is seated. Another bewum
over na yedi bewum
Finland e ba na wamfa nwum ankofo mpo
na Finland yedi bewum baako
so the would one chana de won na say be ya
obutia se league ya ka 1 game ni abo league ya wie ne de still na kotokofo ni gusu a omototo ne ma players ne de omo dididi nkomo nti ye wo ha
so the wo
ye de be wo
mo fire
ha we ne de rewura baby a desa akoko baby a na bibia de din
ti kotoko de nko ana hasen su person to
bi e am say has for no league na omo boy na omo share Accra Lions
actually din
okay nti free to na kono and omo so wonsem ne baba mako Umbe wonsem ne baba mako. Etitino yan shase e Highway Sports on Promise Radio 102.7 megahertz. Na insam no ya shase no na ye boerem e wo Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Omo aseye enra damut na Baba Yara Sports Stadium ene Mediama e de boani game no e ba na wie ye na Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Ashe Mediama e kamiensa ama Mediama etimi atimu emienu na coach Abdul Karim Zito edin sambi etuja wochema osi say the adwumadi a odi ema Kumasi Asante Kotoko no o share the way our boys no ebo ball na omo ebo ball ni ya nani so ye papa we are very impressed and afein so goals our boys no ehwe no hu ne say eye ne nsa no pepe yenti ensema coach Abdul Karim Zito editu eja.
Well, they say adding beauty to goal scoring. Look at all the goals he scored. Look at the goals. What did he beat and money? But it will take time. Football is not about today or tomorrow. It's that just like you put the boys in the classroom, you've been teaching them, and definitely some will pass, some will fail. Now with time, so we say repetition brings automation brings perfection. This is what I'm doing. So gradually they are responding to the way I want them to play. And if you look at the time I took over to today, I know 75 will already are playing. At least it's not to the high degree, but there's a progress in the boys play. If against James there's a goal scored 3 touches from the goalkeeper, 1 to go. Wherever 20 to go score.
no ene sama coach Abdul Karim Zito editu ja niera so ewo Kumasi Asante Kotoko aso ewa no na se Kumasi Asante Kotoko IMC no and afensu coach Abdul Karim Zito omu gusua de omo so etoto form omo eye adwuma behind back doors players no omu gusua ene omo twetwe nkomo na wie de anoma no ebeka gu yaso nse coach Abdul Karim Zito ni Kumasi Asante Kotoko IMC no omo ene brekum Chelsea twetwe nkomo yie pa nkomo twetwe no akwa ene mu yie kakra ne sa said ya be yon betimi afa brekum Chelsea defender friend Zakaria Fuseni and afensu midfielder friend Ubet Jan omo share ni mu 2 players ni no omo betimi assign omo Ubejeu yes okay there's a 2 players no omo betimi assign omo na bibia etimi akoye ediamomo sesi ane de Kotoko any brekum Chelsea omo agreement omo decide so mbekono akwan ni mu kakra ne sa ye share ni mu say bibia betimi atoto mu ye na mrantie ni mienu etimi ajoin ni Kumasi Asante Kotoko na bibia atoto mu ye dia matim no next season de Kotoko se ye nka nchem say omo ba ne say arena de no kwan bia so no next season this year no ombesa ko omukọ African yi omwani da so ombechi golden case aso omo no sa na next year so ombeji league no no matimi asa akobo Champions League no eno any day free Kumasi Asante Kotoko aso ye ede eba ni eba rem ewo baby any go start on head coach friend coach from Paul Manson or den sembi atu just see ade aka one game go stars bebo omo ne Accra Lions na ochema osene boys no omo hieska se ebetimi amotivate omo na mom de omo hia ne se omo betimi abobo ni ye no ma hye na bibia timi atotomi ye ede amomo ye nsema coach from Paul Manson de tuja
every player. You don't have to give anybody money. Now say in this kind of bit me motivate will be but the fact is Accra Lions at home only at that points now you are a league champion. So I think say no be push you to give their best. So baby any for 6 match man. Say what baby who say it tells you say we no bet me more than 6 match. So for the fans I think say we have another opportunity to celebrate your league and then also to the players I think say they make me catch your man say after this game we are league champions. That is the only message I made them want. So I loaded with so many things and I think they will understand.
And coach Paul Manson say after say Omo and the Accra Lions diabo ani ne de ne Accra ne baby ani Gold Stars champions of the 2025 Ghana Premier League no na bibia etimi atotomie ede amomo Vincent Atenga deputy captain ede ma baby ani Gold Stars ose fans no was just Sunday mon brana mo be support yomo no mo ntimi nchi Accra Lions na omo nji league no na baby ani fo mo fa endi bronya yenti nsema oritu eja
what does no say the mechanic say the mass match they want to now no man be on us when the going gets off omo tayachi na de to so be so no omo ba omo support here maximum support no the my dey o see ye bia my no omo ye my bia adu last game so mo bo park no ma se na bia tension bit ma ba game ma bit we see to me dey disappoint you ye wi ni na fa we because okun no na start free dey wanna be so into mo boy na into family see ye buta ye say ye wi ni match unity would pressure ko to so like ebe kwa against you so free dey yan say the coaches in the way they say tactically discipline on that day yes relax now you win the league a very big opportunity a be a quite be amount na ujuba so you who say one about because at least league what jam will be and adibia better also come say and go better inside the afro
and Vincent Atenga dia asida PSA panel ko ediama baby any Gold Stars fans a wochema or say from day one I started in a 2024-25 season no supporters no as supporti omu yenti omu da oma say yambo remu ewo Nations FC omo asye na enrada dia na so ko piemu ewo nzima memo game Baseke Holy Stars any Nations celebrate ani no na say yambo biem no kenkenke yambo biem no ebi esi honom na nya asem keto akra Nations etwe omo free league game na ekoso no na eno na omo CEO friend Kwame Chumasi dankwa den sama tudwa wo chiemo si omo ne Baseka de 51st division no sene ekoso yi esi ya na asaba besi ewo Premier League nim na yentie nsema ode tudwa efa ho
Basake team yɛne ɔmo nyinaa wɔ the same zone when we were in zone 2. Yɛbɛ qualify aba premier no. Yɛne ɔmo kɔ ball game wɔ ɛnyina sɛ. And also similar situation as this. Na last but one match yɛde qualify and yɛde abo league na wie. Yɛde abo league na wie. Na ihia 3 points. Yɛde agye league no. It was last but one match. To say the end situation pepepe. You could do very no. Chaotic situation Tokwa here and there. That time, the focus was on our players. The players were attacked. That game, right? Me and born that day. They were born on the following morning behind closed doors. And the show 1-0. And the buy. Any more history. Be that make us say any good one. So going into this game, me and him said definitely. Ibisa beat me and CB. But make us say the end was pro mass of what happened last 2 years. And this time the target was the management team and the supporters. The players know make us attack and shut down so. You could draw me personally me drew on more 130. Me jam me tag the management members never call. So I had to call for complimentary. The guys never could be free inside really. To me Jina gate the chicken now ote kasa be later the team president by Azana Dr. Emma. Dr. Emma no Ujina VIP one straight to main gate no outside. To me was the car no ejina for some time. Be gate no matum, be gate no to take care like 15 to 10 minutes. And some who's on be am in a room. Your accreditation say you say you film match no. You try match. No more preventing and say you try. It's no quiet back and forth. So later, say be mounted we no VIP section on here. Ti hona to kwane start minim baby a guys ni free or me a macho men. Ti hona mo start attack your president Dr. Bami. Ti say na situation na you know see free VIP. Later now part of some of the management members no so mo because some mo ko ni because dey ni mo so mo free anko.
Enti na ese munim sei ne de mokɔ no na wo se nka mutimi boa mo ho ye papa e wo se nka mutimi boa mo ho ye na eja saa ye mobiem no emma se sia ne de yenim de F4 no tena case so a ebekɔ ama no yenim so mbebobo no neutral ground so na ye hu de obetimi awin game no yenim se nei F4 no be fine nations ana so mbefa baseke na nkrofo ebusa se sia no video no e wo se ba abonten na video no so atimi aba abonten ti se sia ne de moma ye nhwe kwan a penalty ne fa so ba ya ye mbobiem no e ba ye yemfa nto so na yenhwe se de video no niema esi ekoye nti momfa video ne nto so na nkrofo pe video na hwe papa na me busa mo se sia na second one ni na aba ha nti video no na da screen ne so no na o hwe baby a wantwi ba game ni mo no video no e na eda so no nti na se referee Mohammed Misbah on the gina sa game ni mo that very day eno ene de e call so e o hono ma yes eno no nti de ma video na ena so a video na ena so na eja perform o mani comment mo fa video no enti me ento so na eno ana CEO a o di ni tuma e de manation FC kwa me tuma si down kwa o se omko pre-match no na se police for e wo so omde omoba no enye omo omde omoba ye game day no na 17 policemen pe e na wo pitch ne so a omo share se game no bibia betimi akoso yenko ne ko tin se enchemu ni ye emfa free no
so we know enough you for pre-match we decide to be 70 police but you do some most often normally we come matches what happens is obi ba pre-match no be kasi be 50 policemen of the member before match the best start say tension when you brave person will start game until one drain shut down call security no show but you better realize all the two times all kaya we head count I'll be your police you do even grad 20 okay so that police number they were not even up to 20 till later my friend competitions department Julius and obisa say my head count and our match commissioner head count I'm saying
situation no said the na niam na corner e wo so mu jaibo ne bonti de ba ya ne so mbe jaibo mo ba bu marketing e de friends ma e do mani aba be chiem so e wo kuma ase e no ene de finishing saso ye e de e ba na yan to so ye ko piem so e wo Accra Lions se si ade se league no one game no omo go so be show one game aka ni nyina no still Accra Lions echo relegation na no ena nana obri yeboa ono ene CEO edema Accra Lions so say since I almost started league no and now pole issues e ba ye won so acheman and a break be e ba ye any referees na no mo ndiniye entina LED Accra Lions ama nei omo echo relegation
this season the team is marked by its own issues. Any issues of the breaking the season as far as the unfortunate incident there's been concerns about officiating and all that. There's been challenges. Unfortunately, yesterday and also here there were issues. And see, these are some of the factors. And for me, on a personal level, I always say officiating is the tool of the game. If we don't get it right with officiating, then the rest, maybe we'll turn out champions, we'll see teams being relegated. But if certain decisions are not looked at, then the integrity of the whole competition now becomes questionable. These are things that we need. It depends on maybe whatever happened yesterday would make us take another look. If it's reviewed and the FA, various bodies think that, okay, there were certain happenings or something, then we can look at it. Because also, when you scan the social media platforms, you have cause to ask certain questions about whether things might be this thing. If things like this happens before games and the manifest, you can predict. You are in your right to predict. But when we are having certain level of consistency in these predictions, I think we need to take another look. It's not good for us. It's not good. And I'm not saying it out on God's because no, we know our problems and that is it. But we need to take another chill look at it because we cannot always sweep things under the carpet. It comes back season after season. It cannot happen this way. This is supposed to be our best league. If we are getting this result, so beat a ball game after 30 minutes after then to order his team off in the ways he's trying to protect life and ensure safety. What led to that?
And then some nana obri yabua editu ja hona sesi ane de officiate na o ka ho asem no na se 18 teams a omo edi esi akan e wo league no obi a ba bonti obi a betimi akasa for officiate ho enti Ghana de e league no ya ka bodawura efa officiate ho na yeto aso no osisesi ane de ba bi o ma ho odin koduru ya no e na akoduri relegation ne de omo ko enti omo koyi no omo correct o mistakes e wo division 1 no makoboabo mo huye na kwan bie mo mo se wo so mo qualifier no ma qualifier ba yentie de odi tuja.
Yeah, who did bet me a reflection of your performance over a season for the last 33 matches. It's me and you're the best is in my, to be honest. Recruitment hasn't been good as in terms of the output. And with the Yentimi for Subonimbo, Yankasa, call back, then we build again and go forward. Once I was Division 1, the MSA will be the season needs to be an ball to qualify to the elite division. And you said the elite division is supposed to be financially rewarding. And compared to life in Division 1, which is much of a low risk as far as financials is concerned, playing the Premier gives you access to TV and also the sponsorship package is supposed to be huge. And the motivation also Premier only the best in the country are competing. And it's another platform at least both Division 1 you have to aspire to be there. And we've been in Premier for 4 seasons now, and I think yes we are maybe the memories wouldn't be that great compared to others, but we've done our bit. That is what we could have done. The project is still the same. Nothing will change. Maybe even take another look at the age range and maybe scale it down a bit. So,
and sama nana obri yabua edituja efa Accra Lions team no sa team yoy na se last season there league no na omunya na nka omaje awia enesa na ye sorry so no yembo ramu ewo Kotoku Royals eye protest e di Etia Hoho United efa red card bia Williams odro enya ye no me no ka say no protest omo ye no F4 na timi adismiss protest no asesi ade Hoho United still Ometimi qualifier omo eba be piemo ewo 2025-26 season of the Ghana Premier League no eno ya sorry Sutino ye de besi
mama na wase Helen the shaker yes o can say yes sorry say de besi
ai
yeah yes sorry so okay yes Matias and I'm here confused as a hana
sir
yes sorry so we
actually yes did be any baby
that's it
of I'm so ready to me hand over my
okay
oh they was ground one day be so
agamiana bokode
over adumo
also see from no nations asemi no mo kana
Nations Assembly there. Alpha, Akoya Assembly, Ogino Hua won't see.
Mama, I video no. Why Facebook? I mean, video.
You see the point, but me, I'm surprised. Those on the penalty incident in the bay, no for the other one. No. But that aside, Alpha, Untimi Nasa, I did do penalty also a jibonable. Was a nation almost dance taking and cast a Nuntino Mujay. By to your reporter, no. The moment the referee was say for the second penalty, no. And now, Obukaso Moboni. According to them, not some penalty, no, came as a result of after Nations FC I move move bia. Now it look promising. Say Ombetimashe. The assistant referee is not arm flag. Then the referee, Ms. Ba also here for offside. And no man Tiasia protest no ball not 10 years now. I'm okay that ball no require na result in that handball situation now. And I say they feel like say they are depriving them from playing. Once I give away nama basake for some the Ombetimi.
Nations who say if we be na be drew hana sana na ochire. I
won't feel that the referee is not a agenda. The official referee is no agenda out of the bar into the game no. And you know over. I didn't happen immediately after that incident no. Me how to say Nations FC. I want to believe that any part it did could any well breast with football rules no. Okoye no. It's about 70 police officers. Eventually 17 said the chief executive no can buy. But he started the game. Almost kana a man upon as a no look much more weaker to me and say. Chief executive now emphasize was see playing body not there. Ubia attack him. So to playing body no. Ubia attack him. Na emom the supporters and management no. And how they felt life was at stake. On that na you know. Players in felt na say bibia and why do they stop playing? Ubia attack you. They are the actors on the field. Omo bobo no. I just say players and technical team no. Omo dey omo go through. So instead that happen outside the pitch. Instead of translate it into the pitch, a stop game na. So I think say nation for omo crucial omo nsem football is unrunnable. Of our supporters are venue be Yamamunko Hebi, Yamako He, Koka, Ghana, almost every venue be that. Same so because all the venues are almost every venue a biasida. And stop game no ball. Management
Pola semi mudia na or sanka yefru.
Of course, you make you
because we can be crass a bass and a band says supporters.
And no concept there's you come on. Because of the safety protocols of the two honor. Say, so we do not say we need enough security officers are moving to protect him. But you know all these things. And I come on so until the second penalty by no job on the ball. I do question say no any security and then in the first way why did you start playing in the game no? Answer the football assembly you know. So we came but Ankasa we delay about 30 minutes. We according to man no more 3:27 and I play some trot into the pitch. To by 3:30 and almost start here. What's an other games about 30 minutes? And still no matter said in that you be an some train and I'm insist say 70 police officers no mukas on mobile and them of I don't forget say the chief executive no can what my history about omoni baseke na baby our history yeah bad some call ya attack him that no accordance some say what do you have to play what do you have to play more more making noise bia o nation from last week am game no bag na no nobody heard them about security about that incident that happened you know and you know you must always go there prepared you must always go there on making sure say all the necessary arrangements. I say yeah, I mean instant free game. I say oh, it's not make so. Players don't go bomb attack him. So on the field of play, there was no incident that a merit to say job over. So you allow the game to continue. And now against Muamutiachra, born more heavy. Moon play any direct role. As if you are tanker team, as if you are playing body. Yes, to attack management, Mijitum. It's unfortunate, sir. Over attack will be management. But for the football, Mratiano. In fact, the incident happened one time. We see attack you. And because of that, no. My call is saying your body. Mejitum said, Sadi, see, you know. And you can say happy beam. Sebaseke for a year, Sadi, na. Of a young Guassier. Say a brand can you go through Sunday marriage now? Ghana football, a lose a supporter, man, you know, your game has to wait. And I'm not so, I'm so to remind every game. Now you're Babaka. Whoever was the match commissioner, whoever was the coordinator, whoever was what, the chairman or whatever of Baseke, shouldn't have allowed themselves, says no ABC. But I can't we are. The question is, Sansa James is in for a claim, say it's you know. E wo direct is so place no mujina get no mujina park so bobo na
na me supporters are coming me pen for akọ ye bo we ye ju ye hwe na me jira park so a say me ayo me so ha me
so asem no am I clear and now no any kwan say the fact that uji tu mu say with that limited number of police on the buy no obakọ akọ no say what you be able to say akọ we okay, security, everything, we okay with that.
If you are not doing what it is, you are no nim say or you to move.
Enunti the sense here after also what jabo.
Na topono.
Football brand just straight for like said ebesi kan no. You know over your trend the FA for no the baba. But me the me free say the league no, but we na nke ekoi. Over that you a bit of excitement be getting to the latter stages now. Asante Kotoko playing very well. Babiano Gold Stars was in the game very well. Heart of Lions and Nations. Now at these 4 teams, how are now competing at the latter stage of the league? Now Senan Kefe. And the Kebenya a league, and I say a league. Yeah, go to the very last game. I said they are determined because as it stands now, as I look at the if Babiano Gold Stars F4 start to beat Accra Lions. Nations see AJA. Say if because Ecowas don't want to go start, I could get the same points. Only help to beat you. But if they fail to beat Accra Lions, that's supposed to be the Heart of Lions. You are in the race with Sanji. Okay. So if we say but if you know say if you are proactive, case where say only can say as early as possible. Nanka very bet you cranka within the week now. Nanka ma pronounce bibi because I dey straightforward.
Nechna cross am I said by
what I say?
See over weekend.
I say bowling
weekend.
I say bowling weekend.
I cha ku da say babon.
What I say? So baby any asan say nke by high. Bet ma wi ama. No be ni agi awi akọ. Na fe na ye ka cho say ye ka.
Me mame. Bate me da say captain. Danger amemra so na me nko ayi ho. Me nko Zaklusi so.
Over Basake, me sure say mini Kofiza Kito Bekai adewe. Time no na say Hazake so say 11 wise one of them. Na omunom na fight to qualify omude beba I think Division 1. That is 2020-2021. Basake were admitted into Division 1 to represent Western Region. Ewa bra omamo final bia. Fast forward and earlier on make ha. And I know the Zakito ye ho adwuma pa yenso hwe di ekire di kakra beki kaka ho a. That was 2023-2024. Basake Kroye omone eye you can say Sehi All Stars. The match was abandoned halfway through the game. with referees no my assurance say the next day yebebo match no omo hu na basaka ene na mo krum konzima the next time they say file protest the Ghana Football Association upheld their request no and then they are in the Premier League and they I could do point say so much survival league to avoid relegation and this has also happened this time around a nations they play into hands and a place I win more but the point is that at all this involved in it. In Nations FC, a committee an error. Obi o two for some njaba oni bobi awa because na omo opportunity sen kan say start ball no kra. And na omo start no so mo. So we tie president na ojitu mu say no player was touched. Normally no say game ni koswa. Pinche beti mesi wo stance nim referees no don be nyina ne so be stop game no na yakoso to sa pinche no ya so to we game continues. I think we have seen it many times miamia bebre yen ka se pinche na si wo stance nim nti no ball no ye jai ball achi say ade ni si wo park ne so ankasa between ebia two teams na omo bono na lead to a point where ebia players no kra no ye boy enye yi eno so ba ne sa ye wo ho de ye de fa ho enye sa bi na si enra no enti players were not touched the game could have continued and senenka bibi koso was stance ni mu a eno no ya another matter say in the view of nations say na me can earlier on so mo for say their players their supporters lives were at stake enti they will forgo 3 points and the league in itself to save lives and there many problem and there a decision say we are say we take decisions some of the decisions you take no we take we are who per se save lives in fact one dey be fear chiriba me no be a why join adwuma say for the sake of lives in tea no losing adwuma of course say no what they save in nipa nkwa enti the course no and pay CEO betena ha CEO betena ha or say na for the security of omo players ne omo supporters even though none of them were touched but when he say omo to aso bobo na bia nke yenko wie no na ke de besina nye papa offer me finding it difficult to reconcile eno because basaka fond omo hia nyina win omo nya 1 goal already leading to win omonya another penalty that they could have also converted and then probably na at the win number omonya win we are obi na ni age wa hye wa avoid relegation na ni age okotache nation ni side entika sa fierce na no omo wo no mimi hu ni se nanka ebeba even though na mini grounds ho ebi omo na no tete de na ekoso anano mu hu de ekoso nti omfu se ebi asela no anka basaka fo ni wi ni wie anka sela anka I think say nations age now no may see earlier on before the commencement of the game no and they take that late decision no a decision they could have taken earlier on ebi anka ne no nka omon sam kan no ka ebi anka nanka hodin kakra ewu well almost omo ye protest omo the protest ne beko me sure and for what we have told and anope kra no me be kan ho na time anyini but we say kire president no say CEO no confirm me say omo eko asifo a replay of the game I'm say you as a kito camera no te e be din de replay ba no enye no ne de esi no enti ye hwe de be ba ye kan basaka for so atro de ko akoma efe no a almost so demand for the 3 points enti FF no e de ma omo we discipline committee ne be hwe ho discipline committee for no mo de tugu nsani ani a no ma hwe obi a nkoma wo di obi a nkura wo bo no match
commission dey aka
no many referees need nyina dey aka ho metima ka kire wo say the referees and the match commissioners report will no favor nations
why
it doesn't look to me like because of omo koye no according to a CEO ba hey or say omo ka kire say police for 70 no dey beba ye best start ball na police for ho no 15 enti straight there na ankasa na ngese ka nations for no who say the match commissioners and the referees were not on their side. They were not neutral arbiters. Na sa match commission and the referees na obahwe amasa no mani nyina akoso no asie we na omo kotro report e be favor o me nyini media in my view I don't think so. I don't believe. I don't think say there's going to be a reporter e be favor nations. It is a nations ebetima bibi anase omo kobo nkuro no ebetimi aboa wo mama sa replay na omo so omo kopɛ no ebeba mo omo ene na emran bi pa o baby am so omo kofa omo de bekɔ any adansedie bi a omo wa omo de kɔ a ebi ebetima tane anya saa de a ofa meti ha na idie me de send an opameka na masaka na earlier on no if you say nation has thrown the league away and given it to now Akoye Gold Stars and to some extent Kotoko media sana me hunu if you say the decision by nation say omuntu a league omuntu a match ne so no omu the league na che a league that were almost in their hands bia kombe lusu sa game no banka ebe call to the wire anka be call to the last day of the matches na league matches na wo hono no nanka determine who wins it na omu sa opportunity in there obi anim say be omu say ye hwan but see you know Akoye last day that Kotoko ni Gold Stars pre Kotoko Eco Vision Gold Stars it na fie up against Accra Lions who are already relegated. For me it favors Gold Stars even more. Gold Stars for you see the waka no hu sunsun kra no osuro no and you see once beaten twice shy. Omo trafie ma Karela ebe hye wo mo eno na dom ko gina bebi onko gina as a league na ye afiri wo nsam kra ne sa. If this opportunity has presented itself, and I say, if nations, because I lost no, I presented a golden opportunity for nations to win the league, and the nations for now also I could present another golden opportunity for Gold Stars to win it, and I think Gold Stars will grab it with full hands. And I don't see anything about offer. I'm hearing something. Meaning, say what the Uber nations for the kakra would like what come dear call on my naso ye. Send a captain Ekano. And I think I think Efeno and say Ukwada Bedru. Surprisingly, green sheet and a green paper no be because surprisingly green paper my surprisingly because normally this year only say even on a Saturday or a weekend to cry FAW and I just show me a issue green sheet at the charge here. Surprisingly, March in see Enra around this time money about we are nessa. And he says there 24 hours no. 24 hours down the line no. The green sheet is yet to come out, but I'm hoping say if you know they are contemplating as to what to do. But and say almost trying just say we may postpone weekend matches no. But some weekend matches no will come on par there. And say almost trying we kwada drew. Na ye nimnia if no position and the fast no. Try say and then it's you know. At least per the report that will come to them from the match commissioners no any referees no omo de begina so say even nations ne basaka crown for kratan koya which I don't think so. I think by now they omo nyina de ko but some fan koya na report na beba omo ho from omo officials omo so ko match no so no omo nyina so no mo fan ka bibi nkire oman ma no omo fan kan kire omo kuro ma no omo fan kan kire two teams na ekosi akan no na at least emfa hotoso any gidie kakra ma ye league nim because day in day out to be an sama esi we league nim no at the league no eko form a league ni sana chi a bull league na nimtia emmo enyama wo mo
me da say danger man na be we say na wotiwa na ne boat ni nyina ne say na nyama nkoyi ankofo ka say Kennedy mo ka say football no in the safe hands we dey san ka chire din say dey over the best yi nke nto aso ne nkoyi nim na akoto concurrence mo ho nti Zach
tino koma sinsan no e ba na ne ka dey on tino unse problem kese pa ya wo kroma se ne yenkana kre ene yempe no kre nso enti se
ema mi onu yensampe enti
se o kana kra kire unia
aso time
no enu ne problem kese ya wo o kroma se de na esi
yes you say na me life in danger ntimi mobim
ye ka say ka kire wo dada yet aya be tena dem asei ye kasa ya ma kom de nyina wo dem asei
bra polas no be na
ka mo so muntie ye kan ma ese ye tia na kom de ne kom de ye kan mo so muntie o mo fo ma sem fro nko ye kwa ko be bo and it's kana ya modia ye ne ye bo ye ka fa mo ban ye ne ye bo ye ka fa mo ban am ka bi kire ya ana mo ko ye na efifo no edom ko tena dem. You see, these guys, they are smart in terms of luring you to believe. Say, now, Kate administration. Why am I class in junior must say without him they can't win the league. That is number one.
Akosho mutrim. And grow. Asama. Oh, relegation.
And number two. What my says I've relegation so without him. One bet my said about relegation.
How Radinia Megana football.
Tis asa at the way no dia show mutrim. Entiende? The Okos in Ibon wanna go stars. I say, oh, Miss Wina, me system team. Nations, me system team. Basake, the or because or a system team. That's a Mudin some Munu Chromasi in the name of say F. Now, on him, the Yamakuma ya pa, someone in no Tino. Next is better than family. Ghosts as and family. The Yami Yapa was someone in a said, I am Yan Sir, as big class Miluna almost Jim. Almost I'm throwing there. They think so that if they can't win the league and them a shimmy see me. Sound for me, you know. Or Master M. Yak say M.S. will be added.
No, Mr. Cahan.
Almost around me.
Muslim say I know.
Sound almost on young. No, yeah, enemy. And I on your cat. Has on your cat. Omuna, or Master Yam, yes, be. Oh, Krumasi.
Zakudi, what if ball a church? A baby banner would emphasize Yanta Chippens can head in a baby baby. Net a sana, Ubajili Gana, if you was one neighbor, Oboqua, net sana netiana. And tis ada and numbers and tis ada. I did, me pacho. That be for a different room. But to the time.
They were worshiping him. Almost say, in terms of winning the league and avoiding relegation,
say, oh, the Yanta Chiba, no. Since Yanta came, this is actually organic House of Folk, Kotoko. Wow Stars, Ashgood, Chelsea, Indiana Stars, and why? Indiana Stars. These are the clubs that have won league in Ghana here. From that time, and I met Diama. These clubs, 18 from Nyanjati up to today. Clubs in Ghana league, Okrumasi. Instance of Nyanjati influencing clubs CB Omuji League. My name is out. Clubs about Mudina. No. And then I had to say about manager league. But that time no. They worship that on watching it and yet league JBO yet say yeah Boba was illegal.
Yeah, but to us
committee now control Sanya no me. But the league was not so politicized like ende yani and only the internet make us say sa things me no dey shimisi me bia no yenya kotoko has never me make say never na area they've only said omun share system team though. If you go back to even history forget about
Abaya no also and I say they are always against the system because they see themselves say omo na make kese
yeah no there
eti kotoko me pa cho iti men san kotoko andi go kuruma say they won a league but it was perceived say on pekotoko ni ma hwe 1 ana me boa ba wa o ma andi go kuruma say yafa eronto nchen ket yai ana it is a known fact say omo na yan ponsa
na ko pre
empeba it is omo ni say and in fact we also why they did na yan ponsa
of a 100 league
but oje league dey ntia ye wonyama bi owa big clubs you can't do it to them because also until you be bia no untimi fanye ntia no clear example Real Madrid no ni UEFA etwe manso na gidi no mo e konto kwa gidi no o the Champions League sa fe no unim de ntia UEFA bet me mafia Real Sociedad bet me mafia Aston Villa and it's our teams no but untimi mfanya Real Madrid Ghana say se kotoko o ye onyama yia undi fanya kotoko undi fanya has Mami narrow net asemu ase this season unin sa league so often based on nanka on merit pa on say the best thing we don't forget about say be your affiliation and on merit kotoko
okay this
league ya ebui teams at man point team so on teams na o mo de so obetima the league kuruma say ya who they say 3 points on munya free because our teams na omuye you know bianco share ayi first so atrada no aka say our track record so atento ba ko share so atrama won so atre ena upon say obi anim say sa match no ba for o water pinko omu tin se kotoko uri omu ye ina se kotoko wie no ena yan for 3 points ama Go stars are Mpacho how many points? Only 60 points. -3 how many points? Is it 57? Kotoko Mitino. Tino Kotoko Mitino. Next is only 60 points. -3 how many points? Is it 57? Eti die kenyina without that free 3 points no. Kotoko is the best team amongst our teams in Omo de Okuruma say nyina. But you see as I make say mo lower mo standard na ma adwene am say without FA president yent be Angel League and I say be relegation only has for no omo de 8 times rise kotoko ko go say so body end kotoko de league tie has the relegation ti e ma koto mo no nyam
last year
in 3 times ora fia na what to kwana has in the last 5 years and 3 times to come away.
Wasn't here or we hear from only quite of us or any when here. Hey, Yakao. I saw me car almost America. Urafi last year. I want not about Urafi. Just Tim Romania. The system has to Olympics. System has to fight against them, push them down for us to stay. Let's say system no bomb. Ama omukem. And I last year last 2 seasons.
Come and say who they see Okruma say. Taba no money confess amu nya epre ewie no. Enti kese omu de ende omu ko to omu ni nyam ewie nti. Wo team kase de za hook.
Wa nyon hye.
Wa nyon hye nye.
Ti we hia na
ba. Ewie nti o to won nyam ama wo board o den board member. No kuta ask for flag that day no if House of Folk was a serious team I can come be house biom da say a whole big club House of Folk na board member akota
so on no sure but you nim the empenfo nyina so no mo
on yehu mo akofa na omo flag e dey wapi curtain ni na ona mo firi
e ba ko kira
awi anti o awi anti relegation
exactly too
oh ti no mo ra ho
ajedi over
na me ho nyina mo No say nka league no be adro no emergency meeting and esenka FNI
Sir.
oh
Emergency meeting.
yeah, we are talking about what the potential of deciding the Obeji League in the Oberry.
Meeting and
There be some Mrano take a decision so soon. Like there should be an emergency meeting to decide the next step and make it clear.
Be no more, yeah. No chana.
There be FFO, you know.
Some by
some more young come a catcher and come on now for funny be actually say Munjai can FFO the decision neighbor.
Yeah, crucial meeting.
But 20 it's more than 24 hours an incident is you. Over. Incident is more than 24 hours. There is no verdict. Say ye charge baseke. Maybe a twaso aka say Holy Stars baseke Holy Stars. Points near Femam ye the nations are. Do you know that they are still at 38 points? Between Baseke and Accra Lions, omunyina 20 head to head near pe. Obia should be at 2-1 win home. Meaning Accra Lions is not relegated. Our majority meaning Accra Lions is not relegated. And I charge Baseka means you best out your 3 points as I account. And your match in a pair best out your 3 points. Me number 35 for our 2 Accra Lions. So there is a potential relegation conversation in this issue. Now, if it's the other way around, now see 8 points now manage I'm a Baseka. There will potential league deciding conversation. That was uncommon. Because say it nations 3 points because we are forfeiting match. Yes, I had 3 points my Baseka. We move from 60 to 57 points. There will be just 60, 58, 57. That won't come on. Now see a kasi a ball replayer a neutral venue. Whether you twice at the time 1-0 no plus yaje penalty no. I'm for if you need a penalty, I'm on so
second one.
It will be scrappers and your money me no everyone. So be a shiny first go. Yes, I'm a second penalty, I'm an over scrap here for an hour start here for. So there should be clarity. And it's more than 24 hours. Oh, what even come on I say? There's some penny for Tanasi. Nanka Sabri, one of the decision about one thing. What is said to happen? Because any baby any 40 ghost at baby any jubilate so more Accra Lions or Magic League. So more friends of coronation match and almost start your boy. How many so more Accra Lions or Magic League into you more planning. And no more your Facebook Live, a bro mobile ni free, Brekum ever saying I call a year. You can't say baby any. Na offer make us an and my kai say me who am I go no. Me I'll try and me the ama.
And none about two goals mon brace.
Me who am I go no na. Me try and wejuma. You see? And now better more about hat trick. Game no ended 3-2. But on to say obi e castle Albert there na bibi won because the game was showed live on TV. For everybody to see how goes nearby. Over say area na we twauti o ta hyehyɛ ne ade enti yɛdwen sɛ chale
bɔne bia ba
yɛ de hyɛ
yi ya
umpesum nante so no krompon wasama she ka mon kan kyerɛ same sɛ me the video bi send non fama MC afo no umpesum nante obepe ham nante na nante send at the end of the day offer BBC ne paya kanea ne bejew of what I say cause so nante sumu ne paya kronfo a woni yedi kan eden abo wato dada bigsuba ne papa mu a so we share video na it will raise a lot of conversation denti no man ye de ombetimi bi access abo na TV so enye na wo ye yo because enra speculation number bi asa man kuna be share
messages wa hasa go for sana na no de yen kan wasa
go man kuna be share 2 goals aman kuna be share 2 goal stars be share 3-2 ampa na abaso me think ka beta mo an kot comedy ama de nsen koma anyia ka san komo ne beba
ye be wi ntina ya man hat trick
abo hat trick na kot kwa 3-2 but no bia hu kwan goals ne fa so baaye no
me second goal me hwed ne oni ti twipo na
what was anya de ketwa third goal yi say
classic
brilliant cross from Emmanuel Entry and or head they say you can see the effort home enti over asamne say omo a game ne form ho no wo musika wo mu no omani nje ho omo de nioma na di agro and because omo de di agro no e ma game ne eden enko nanim ene bia be fa ne say yen na wo ye yen but omo kan che samisa aba on fama MC afo no na on fama so me de ma na also fama omo na hese on betimi de ato screen so
so me nyansa na ma fa course
na munyina mo hwego yi bia
anu ne second goal na first goal
the first goal exactly the
first goal
o de o sha ebeba o betimi atwe akwa anim kakra na o hwe kwan goal ne bae na wow betimi redo meanings into it over the bottom line is the organizers of the league don't care about the league. The organizers of the league don't have any desire to improve the league. End of story. Omo agro ne form ho no. Omo nyoma dwen so be ma agro ne tumpon. Omo ma agro na kwanenim. Awon keke bia esese nipa de gu form. E ma ade ekosoro ne ni ho. We are sure say Blasters ne ho asem ba yanka after 24 hours ka FA ne communicating kire.
Yasa class go ho no wan me no de ba. Wani mu ya o mutanya. Wani mu ya o mutan hu ya o mabufu o mutan ayo oboni a.
So one map prepare anya adwuma. Ati ene nkoso. Ma men on go no. It is saying
that's what we are go. Born from the bird after the goal no. I say e di agbo pa.
We dem akenti na men coming can.
Bien for no jibo na. No you shada. No born.
Say catch us say mo join your field na mo shape. Catch us we team ba ku pe gaje. E no mo bobo we a over here. Okay. And I born say and I heard your best eye. Obo ne touching it go through. But if I say safety first to abako through. Yeah, process e beto asisi here. After through no. And not to
Chelsea na jibo no.
Chelsea na jibo.
Okay.
And no pass her movement no.
Oh God.
Onko na chikakra. Onko na chikakra. Onko na chikakra bi.
Before so go na wa man echo.
Do MC anotia on san ko na chini san hwe go ni bi. O de srewa. Aha. Nti ano boku true no. No problem. This is a team AP league aje. Che players na 1.5 no. Omo osro no.
Okay.
Yeah, and not obo man no. And omo down omo ho ano de ball ne ba no pass man he. Obi en chase no.
On gas bon ko tulu bi sa
no ko bo she.
And
na he ti ma ya she na open league aje ya she no. Obi abu fu kwanti a player say ada na ma na mu be she. He watwe afam say you. Watwe afam say abebo ashe. Check the reaction of the players after the goal was scored. We are about to train you. I think I'm about to train na go through. Ewo ho. Ball na yegusu bon no about to through. Enti ball we go through for Chelsea. And a Chelsea for no go far through no. All say go through. And go far through no. And a through no mo ba no. And a Branton sound boko through biem. So they try to build up. I no be about 2 no. About 2 man ye. And I hear safety first. Or the infant say football safety first or about through. Oboko through check the reaction of players now on. Be na ati omo he over. Be for na ati omo osoro e bra ball na ekoso wase ha. The game here and the about 2 more. Obi ndi akire he na pan. Amankoda kotoje or the ko ball na to atrem. This is what happened at Brekum. Leading to the first goal for Brekum. And over what the MCR go ne ba on person na me yen hwa ade the on person no na over this is the goal check goal start for this is, at this point na nyo so ma show they've considered the first goal steady Chelsea scored within the first 10 minutes and at this point they've considered the first goal team open league aje na player the ball na musa ba be show. Nah, you don't get even Vincent Atenga.
Yeah, shouldn't have chance on Facebook and because we trust any Facebook.
And there, me idea see a shower. You don't get Vincent Atenga, you don't get Emmanuel Kobe. None of the
It's on Facebook.
None of the boys. Over. None of the boys cry and Ibuafu say, then a man and the name were the born about Beshe. Omon Nanti says any able in the house. This is what happened at Brekum and Ra. Inja met you for.
But I say, Sir Obed, and you may Nanko for a promptia say, I say, I cool and cancer given once and but, that's one. Yemfa de aka no emfa koska cry Eric Mafo achama message aba Kwame Boateng Daniel Opoku Ochre message aba Stevens odie ewa hayan gabi mabo dinda da Daniel Opoku entry Steven Alfredo John Kofi Asante munyina mo message aba Eric Owusu Boateng Kojo Obo Daniel Muhammad Awa Nana Kwabena Jima Prempe Prince Young yes my menchi Nana kwesi munyina mo message ebaye menipa ba ko mtene catch Ade Emmanuel also o message ebaye 0536161607 0201941461. Hello, good evening. Minia.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm here to answer.
You, Mr. Sefri, Friday. Now, Clementino, the mechanism one. But I can I mean, the mechanism. Last season, I'm going to say, what stars? I'm going to say, a police ever parking. I'm also, I'm about to much. I'm a catching in and for, I just appointed in the mount. I'll be more. Or also over a few. It's in this again on a ban. As a man at Toko. If you know, so mine is fair. Let's say, she will woman or Western regional Afino Wahano. I'm favor. Police are more parking, and you can say marching on Comoto also.
Martin, you
saying, you continue some marching.
Yo, but I say, I mean, phone here also Boca. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Tino.
Any idea?
But your friend Jet, because of Jamestown.
Yo, my mentee boss.
It's here on a palm for in an anyway. Mabo Juma. Tino, Crow won't. Crow one and say Diagro. Say, name, say, if you follow, say, Uncle, say, we so many serious there and they're not me lazy. Son away from. Because in a serious country, we are a serious, no, Tino. Could be Bajil Lake, a kind last match. Will be the co-irrigation. Now say we after 24 hours. Now moving the motor or a year. Let you know.
Mateminia. Last caller. Good evening.
Clementino, the darling boy.
When you have 10 seconds, young Quena news the Renaissance. Fetch me.
Isn't there Ghana football on the air course on the football? Aqua dead the crowd because. When you see a year back, it's not fair. And never football. It's Ghana football, and 24 as you said, the person here because Omar Man is a